Now, let's continue with those who have nervous problems. You who have the infamous nerves, the head that hurts, the lack of psychological rest, the psychological instability, the insomnia that prevents you from sleeping at night. We offer you the perfect molecule that will allow you to decongest the psychological system regardless of the number of years you have had this disease. You will take the product for 60 days and treat all nerve pain. We continue with calcium. Calcium being an energy source of the body. One piece of advice for you, dear brother and sister, comrades, friends, and relatives. If you want to be in good health, never go a day without taking calcium or without consuming foods that will provide you with calcium in the body. You wonder why? Quite simply because calcium is and remains our body's only energy source. Loss of calcium in the body may result to very fragile bones that can easily break. Calcium is therefore the food of the bone. You agree with me that the human body needs calcium, which is an essential element, especially for the elderly. That is, those whose age starts between 45, 50, and 60 years old. If you are wise, familiarize yourself with calcium and make calcium your best friend, because as you get older, the body's ability to produce calcium lowers. So you have to constantly take calcium to keep you going. There are also some moms who tell me, my son, I constantly take calcium but I still feel pain. My son buys me calcium at the end of the month and I can't understand. My son, as soon as I take this calcium, I always feel bad. In my knees, my back, I still have aches and my body always hurts while I take the calcium that my son sends me. So to understand, I asked her to bring the calcium, which is what she did. When I took the calcium, I noticed that the dosage is 200 milligrams. Then I asked this woman, how old is she? And she answers me by saying that she is 65 years old. 65? And you go take a calcium dose at 200 milligrams? Even if you are going to take this calcium for 30 days, it will never work because the dosage of this calcium is not compatible with your age. You are 65 years old, you are going to take a calcium dosed at 200 milligrams. Your 8-year-old son is going to take calcium of what dosage? When you are already 40, 45, 50, and 60 years old, you must take the calcium which will be dosed at least at 1000 milligrams first. Secondly, you must make sure that this calcium has all the complementary elements, so be very careful. I will take this opportunity to quote you the complementary elements of a calcium supplement you never knew. Tomorrow or the day after tomorrow, you may be in need, and at that point, you will know what type of calcium to take. Supplements to buy a calcium is said to be complete when it contains 1 calcium, 2 magnesium, 3 iron, 4 all the energies, and 5 the fixative. If you take a calcium that does not have these 5 complementary elements, I assure you, dear brothers and sisters, comrades, friends, and relatives, you will be wasting time and money. This is why the Pharmacopoeia has found a solution with these natural products which contain calcium, magnesium, iron, and vitamins dosed at 1000 milligrams, which only costs 100 francs per calcium tablet. Despite all the complementary elements that this brings together, the calcium is in it, the magnesium, the iron, the fixative plus the action vitamin, all dosed in the same molecule at 100 francs per calcium tablet. If not, I will also give you some signs and symptoms of a person who might be lacking in calcium and may not be aware of. There are some of you who have recently been in constant pain in their knee, can't walk up the hill, that is on the other side, without resting at least 10 times on the way. The bone is already worn out due to lack of calcium and now much pain on the knee. Again, it goes even further. Still, this mother of last week who told me, my son, it's serious with my knee. When I go to toilet, I have to leave with a 20-liter bucket. When I arrive, I put the bucket behind and I lower myself like that. So I do need the bucket before transferring into the toilet because my knee does not allow me. Sometimes that even pours on my feet. My son, I have to wash myself like a child. See how far the lack of calcium can make us handicapped. If you constantly feel this knee pain, know that it is the lack of calcium which is at the root of this.